So, I made my very own VTuber model. Still not 100% sure how I made it, but I will give you a few tips that I learned while making mine. First off, I needed to have a tester model just so I could see how to split the layering properly and what exactly I'm doing. So I made this Scotchaverse character and just decided to start coloring over it, split all the layers, because it'd be a lot easier than just drawing from scratch. It also helped me figure out like possible clothing ideas. Like I did not want to rig a skirt, so I did not put a skirt on my model. Just drawing the skirt alone and layering it was hard, so yeah. And you'll also hear a lot of YouTubers mention to test out a model, and they were right. I mean, look what happened to the eye here. Now I needed to put the head and the body on one file, so I used Photopea because it's free, but there was an issue, and that was just how laggy it is. I couldn't even use it for my own model, so instead I downloaded Krita. And once moving on to Live 2D Cubism, I set the auto mesh. Yikes, that is very intimidating, but I got through it. However, I did spend ages just to get the eye to do this, and I was like, I'm spending this much time on a model that I'm not even going to use. However, you can see there are some crucial mistakes to pay attention to. And most of these mistakes, they just come from the method and layering you use to draw, which just means you need to change it up a bit to account for that. So taking that in mind, I got to working on my model, just a basic sketch. I did give up on the practice model. Like I said again, I was putting so much effort into a model I wasn't going to use. So with my model, I wanted it to be very cute but simple, seeing as my ability to rig is not that good. The hardest part about this was making it in my art style, which is very different. So it's really discouraging, but I'm actually really proud with how it came out, despite how different it looks from other VTuber models, but it's not good to compare. If you are wondering why I'm splitting up the head and the body to sketch, it's because I'm drawing on Procreate. It's not ideal with the layering cap, but if you do split it up, you can surpass the amount of layers you would be if you did it all on one file. The only issue is, like I did before, you need a program like Krita so you can put it all together into one file. As far as drawing your own VTuber, you don't need to be too skilled, you just need to know the basics. Like for example, I don't really know how to use Procreate at all. This is actually, I learned a lot just by drawing this VTuber for myself. Yeah, as you can see in my method, I use a lot of clipping masks, even though there are much better methods. And for the mouth, I don't know how to draw mouths at all, so my teeth keep switching between aggressive looking, non-aggressive looking. I did, however, end up redoing all the mouth layers, and my eyes, you could use as a reference if you want, but honestly, I was just making it up as I go. I have no idea how to do eyes at all. I especially had to make sure all the eyelashes were done properly to make sure I could rig them, but besides that, here's a finished head. And with the body, I had a lot of trouble getting what I wanted the clothes to be, like drawn down. There's a lot of playing with color, playing with different ideas, a ton of reference images, and even then. But at the end, I decided to almost go completely different from what the sketch was in terms of the shirt. I made one of the socks lower. It's really hard to see, especially with how bright my base skin is. But the most important part of the clothes is just keeping in mind all the layering you want to do, especially if part of the clothes need physics added to them. I didn't really add any physics, so I was fine. I think the most troublesome part for me with the skin was just that I added all these layers, like shadowing, outline, and stuff, but for the method I was using to rig, it was completely unnecessary, and I could have mashed all of those into one layer per part. Anyways, here's the layers for my mouth that I had to redo because I could not rig the mouth as it was before. It's best to keep it straight. I also have a few toggles at the bottom, which those are easy to add in. For the physics, it is more confusing looking than it actually is. I just put a bunch of random numbers, copied a few other people's numbers. My arms and legs move very wonky, but that's when it's like pick and choose your battles. No one's gonna see that anyways. Why rig it, right? So it's alive! I've done it! I move! Yes! Oh, this is great. Oh, but there's a few errors like right here. Darn feathers. Anyways, I went and fixed all the movements with my eyes and my mouth. So you just do from settings in here. It's best to do them personally with how you move. Also, what's annoying is when your phone disconnects and you have to reconnect to your own PC. Okay, here we go. Yeah, these are all to your preferences, your eye movements. But yeah, I did go and fix the eyes. So here's me after going back and fixing it. My eyes are a little better. And most little errors you don't really notice, which is what's nice. And I'm so happy to have a VTuber model. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye!